back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about moving tips, my story, and how everything just went down. Hopefully whoever's watching this, if you're moving, it will help you a little bit, especially in high school. My little script right here. I have everything that I'm going to talk about up on my notebook. Come on, man. Okay. So, when I was 15, my dad, actually 14, I guess, I was turning 15. My dad told me, they've been talking about moving for a while, but me and my sister just kind of like shrugged it off and was like, they're not gonna do it. Like, why would they do that?
Why? But they did.
So yeah, I was 14 turning 15, and my dad applied for a job in Maryland, and I'm gonna just keep it 100 in here. But when he told us that he had a job interview, I would pray that he did not get it. Literally, like, I used to live in Connecticut all my life. I went to school with the same people. Schools were smaller. Schools had all black people, Jamaicans, and like, you know, all my friends were there. Everything that I did was there. I used to pray to God, like, Lord, please don't let him get the job. But then guess what? He got the job. So, like, when he told us that, he was like, so I got the job, so yes, we're gonna be moving, but I have to move first and you guys will be moving when your school year is done. So therefore my dad left around my birthday, and then I left after my sophomore year in high school. So like when I found out I was moving, I was like, okay, I'm doing every single thing. So I went to homecoming. I feel like that was all that I did. Listen, I just went to homecoming, and I played volleyball, but I've been playing volleyball since freshman year. So yeah, I played volleyball again, you know, and I told all my friends, and everyone was like, you're kidding, because I'm that friend that likes to play around a lot, and I'm gonna sit here and lie to you all the time because I think it's funny. They're like, you're lying, and I know you're lying, and I was like, no, man, no. I'm being dead the f*** serious. So like, fast forward, it came so much quicker than I thought it was going to. So if you are moving and your parents are telling you that you're gonna move for like a year, it's gonna come so quick. I don't know, and like the closer that it got to it, the closer I kind of distanced myself from my friends at school. Like, I just kind of stopped talking to them because I don't know what was wrong with me. Honestly, like, as teenagers, we're all going through something, like, you know, teenagers go through something of their own, and I just like kind of distanced myself and everything like that. But like, in terms of moving, very excited to move. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get a man. I'm gonna have some other friends, and then my Maryland friends can be my Connecticut friends. Bank. Sis, let me tell you guys something. Don't have any expectations. Don't expect that you're gonna be making friends. Don't expect, like, because when you start expecting stuff, that's when you start to like get disappointed, you know what I mean? So I don't know, just don't expect anything. So like, when we moved, I already seen Maryland before. Like, Thanksgiving we went with my dad. We came to Maryland with my dad, stayed at his apartment, and got to kind of see Maryland. And it was nice and all this stuff. And, you know, my parents were like, you're going to go to a good school. There's so much to do down here. You know, okay, so this might not be bad at all. Girl, when I moved, I had a whole floor to myself. It was a 5-story townhouse, and my room was all the way at the top by myself. And, you know, I liked my room and everything like that. But home nothing compares to your home. Nothing compares to where you're from. So I was excited that I had my own room. I was excited that I had a pool. I was excited that I was close to my cousins that used to live in Georgia. Well, I mean, they do live in Georgia again now, but they used to live in Georgia. You know, I was excited that I was going to a new school. I was just excited until volleyball tryouts came. And that was when everything kind of went to when volleyball tryouts came, and I went for 2 days, and my grandma took me. It was like in the morning time, and That was just, like, I remember going in there and I was, like, shaking. Like, why am I crying? But I was, like, shaking. Like, I was shaking. Like, I walked in there, I was shaking. And the gym, like, oh my gosh, I remember it all. The gym, I sat down and I started crying. And this girl comes up to me and she's like, you know, hi, my name is this. Are you new? Blah, blah, blah. And I was like, yeah. Next thing you know, we had to, like, warm up and everything like that. And, like, all I can remember is that, like, people would say, Maryland volleyball is so much harder. They take it so much seriouser. That's not even a word, but they take it much more serious and all this stuff. So I was like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm not gonna be good. Because, like, in Bloomfield, I just played kind of to be with my friends and just to, like, have fun. Like, I love the sport and I still do love the sport. It's very fun to play, but, like, when I moved to Maryland, that's when I realized, like, wow, yeah, volleyball is fun, but I really was just there to have fun with my friends and joke around and everything like that. So when I paired up, I didn't have anyone to pair up with. And that's when it kind of hit me. What the f into? Okay, so I don't know, that's just when it hit me. And so I went back the second day. I was so nervous again. And I was like, I'm not coming back. I'm not coming back. So I went in the car with my mom and I started crying. And she's like, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't want to do it anymore. And she was like, why don't you want to do it anymore? And I was like, I don't know. And, like, for me personally, I always feel like I'm a disappointment to people. So I was like, but I don't want to be a disappointment. So I don't know if I should quit, but I don't want to do it anymore and I don't care anymore. So my mom was like, okay, we went home. And, you know, my older sister stayed in Connecticut because she's grown, so she moved out. And she called me, and then next thing you know, my dad came home, and my dad called me. And my dad is really big on, like, don't give up, chase your dreams, like, you're gonna have obstacles and stuff like that, which now I understand everything that he was telling me. But, like, at the time, you know, like, you don't think that like, you know, you think your parents don't understand you. And I was like, I don't want to do it. So I talked to my dad. He was telling me this stuff. And he was telling me that, like, I should go back. I think that's what he said. And I was like, no. And he was like, you know, just think about it. And I was like, I'm not going back. I'm not going back. And I don't regret that at all. Because, like, I feel like I did what was good for me. I feel like if I would have stayed on the team, I feel like it would not have made a difference, because when I get into it, you'll kind of find out why. But, like, I just didn't really care about the team. I did not care. And, like, I just shut down from it. So I don't regret it at all. But, you know, I know some people who, like, regret stuff like that. But me personally, I don't regret it. I mean, it wasn't my career or nothing like that. So, but first day of school, I don't remember it like that. I kind of do, you know, my, so I did my hair, that looked a fucking mess, and, my dad dropped us off, and I went on the bus, and I seen so many kids, and I just was so nervous. And, like, I already went to the orientation, which was, like, a week before school started, and volleyball tryouts was, like, 2 weeks before school started, so. And I was like, now I'm going to go to school, and the girls that were on the volleyball team is going to be like, isn't that the girl that quit? And they're just going to know everything. And then, so when I went to school, I would come back home every day and just cry. Like, I would cry. I wasn't eating. I was so nervous. Like, when my mom would give me, like, rice and pasta that she thought I would eat, and I would only eat, like, 1/4 of it, it was kind of like, okay, like, something's up. And she would, like, wish I would eat because I was not eating at all. And, like, I just didn't eat. Like, I was just crying every day. I was crying in school. I was crying when I came home. I was crying in the morning. I was staying up at 3:30 crying. And I remember the first weekend, we went to a football game. We went to a Ravens versus Redskins football game. It was, like, their last game of the preseason. I was so f***ing nervous. Like, I almost shit myself. Like, And not even to be funny, like I almost did on myself. Like my stomach was messed up the whole game, and I couldn't even enjoy the game. And like it was cool going to an NFL game and all that stuff, but it was like I had to go back to school. And like from even Saturday and Sunday when I didn't have school, and even on like 3-day weekends, like I would still be nervous the whole weekend. Like so, like for me personally, with all of that, like not everyone. So yeah, I basically got depressed, and I was crying every day for like 9 months, the whole school year. And so I went to a therapist, and like towards the end of our whole session, she was like, you know, you have anxiety, like that. And I was like, well, like I ain't never been diagnosed with nothing like that before. So, but going to therapy, it was pretty cool, kind of learning about myself. Moving helped me grow, and moving, if I didn't move, I feel like I would have had a harder time in college. So I mean, I'm happy I moved, but like during the school year, like I would feel like I was like tearing my family apart. Like it felt so bad. And then at the same time it was like, well, I feel so bad, but at the same time, like I don't know what's wrong with me. Like I just don't know. Like people would ask me what's wrong, and it would be like school, and then it would be like what's wrong with school, and then it would be like the people, and then it would be like, are they bullying you? And I would be like, no. And then it would be like, so what's wrong? And I'm like, I don't know. And like months in, you know, people would say like, well, you should be used to it by now. And it's like, you don't think I know that? You don't think that by the time February comes, I know that I should be used to school? Like, you don't think I know that already? And people telling me that, it just kind of made me feel worse. Like, yo, something is wrong with me, dog. Like, and I don't know, I just felt even worse, and I was like so entrapped in my mind. Like, listen, depression is scary as fuck. I'm gonna have a video on that too, but it's just drowning and draining, and you're always tired. And like I wouldn't sleep at night, but I would sleep like during the day. So like when I came home from school, I would take like a 3-hour nap, and then that was basically all the sleep that I got. And I was like sleeping with my sister in her room on her floor, or I would sleep on the same floor as them, because like when I went to school, like going from someone who had a whole group of friends, it was about me and 5 other girls, and knowing people and being able to talk in class and stuff like that, like, and then going somewhere where it's the total opposite, where you don't know anybody. You're in a school of almost 2,000 kids, you don't know anybody, you feel alone, you feel like trapped and shit. Like it's hard, it's a hard transition. Like, I felt bad about it, and I felt like something was wrong with me, and I told my therapist that, and I actually wrote in a journal, which is another tip. And I ended up talking to this guy back at home. If you watch my makeup, my first time full face makeup, like I talked about a guy that I liked, and I told him I liked him, and nothing happened. So, like, when I was talking to him, I was like, I kind of like this boy. And then, like, that was junior year. Mind you, I was sad, I was crying, and he was, like, one of the only people that I talked to. And he was like really nice, but that's just how he is. Like, he wasn't nice to me because he liked me. That's just how he is as a person. But for me being so low, it was like, okay, like I think I like this person. And even after junior year, I was like, did I really like him, or was I just in a bad place and he was there for me, basically? Help you is, let's see, what's on here? Okay, yeah, having that one friend. Like, that it takes is one friend, one person, one supporter. For me, like some friends, obviously when you move, you're gonna move away from. Like, it's high school, you're like, it's gonna happen. Even if you stay at home, it's gonna happen. Like, you're gonna find out this is fake, it's two-faced, big snakes. Okay, you're gonna find it out. Like, so people back at home, I found out wasn't really my friend. And I would like tell people back at home, like, dog, I'm so scared to go to school. They would ask me why, and I was like, because I don't have any friends. And then, you know what they had the nerve to tell me? Make some friends. Talk to people. Find girls that look like us and talk to them. I'm sorry? What kind of was that? So after that, it was just kind of like, okay. So I kind of just stopped talking to people. They stopped, vice versa, they stopped talking to me, because like I didn't want that. Like, because when you, especially when you move, people, it's gonna be so easy for people that's not in your shoes to be like, oh my god, just make some friends. Like, it's literally not that hard. You did it back at home. And then it's like, well, you never even been in my position, and now look at them in college, ain't got no friends, and now they're depressed. Where was the whole just make some friends? Where was it? Where did it go? I'm confused. So, like, And when that happens, don't listen to them. Like, honestly, especially as a teenager, you're trying to find yourself. So I would just say, like, just do your thing. And having that one friend, for me, was my best friend. Was like the only person that I really had, and she was the only person that okay, her birthday just passed, and on it, I don't think I put it down, but like gives me advice for me. So like, she knows me to the point where it's like, say I'm lonely and I want a man, she's not gonna sit here and tell me like, well, go get a man, because she knows that's not me. So she's not gonna sit here and tell me that. She's gonna give me advice for me, like, okay, well, maybe you should just go make some friends first, or maybe you should just say hi first, or something like that, versus just saying like, well, go get a man. You know what I mean? So she gives me advice for me. So like, when I told her that I was crying, like, she was just really supportive, and she was like, you know, I understand. And when I told her that, you know, I was scared to make friends and all that stuff, she was like, I mean, everyone that I told that to basically knew me. Like, my older sister was like, I knew this was gonna happen. So people already kind of knew, but like, she wasn't that person that was like, just go make some friends, just go talk to people. Like, she understood, and like, she just gives me advice for me. You know what I mean? Like, she knows who I am. Okay, sorry y'all, my camera died. So just having that one friend really does help you out a lot. So even if you don't have that one friend, be your own friend. Like, at the end of the day, I still don't have friends to this day. I feel like this is still lopsided, but like, I still don't have friends, even like now in college. And like, I made a friend and I talk to people and everything, but like, I don't be texting people. People that be texting my phone are not from Maryland like that. So I really only have 2 friends that I be texting like that, and other than that, it's my family blowing up my phone. So learn to love yourself and grow. And like, if you feel like you need to go to therapy, like, tell your parents and go, or like, go to a school counselor or someone that you trust, because therapy is not that bad. When I was sad, like, she knew, and she was like, you're quiet, and you know, like, you're not really being yourself and all that stuff. So she kind of knew. So, and she would like ask me what's wrong, and she knew something was wrong. Like I said, your mom knows you. So, but I didn't talk to people. I didn't talk to her. You know, so like, just talk to people, I guess. Like, if someone asks you a question, just be as honest as you can. If they don't like your answer, then them. Find a hobby and invest yourself in something. It could be anything. So for me, it was like, what was it? So I did, even to this day, I'm very invested in music. So like, before I moved, I didn't really care for music like that. It was just something that, you know, like, okay, music is music. But when I moved, I started listening to more albums. So I started listening to like Rihanna's albums, Beyonce's album came out. I got into Bryson Tiller when I moved. My friends put me on to like Chance the Rapper. Kendrick Lamar's album was coming out. They put me on to like Janae Aiko, you know, and like, I just got really invested in music. And even to this day, like, I have to listen to music at least once a day. And if I don't, I feel very like sad. So like, and you know, and now like, I'm invested with Cardi B and like, you know, all these other people. I got into Drake too. Like, I never really listened to Drake like that until I moved, because music, it just kind of like was nice to hear, and it made me happy and stuff like that. So even with that being said, so whatever music you like my dad told me that when you wake up, put on Pandora, and like, I was like, that's not gonna work, so I didn't do it, but it will work. It will help you. So just, even if you put on your favorite song and just turn up a little bit, like, you're gonna feel good for that moment, and that's really what matters to me personally. Like, I could be having a badass day, and then next thing you know, song come on, and I'm like, okay, like, I could do this, you know. And music also will motivate you. So like, if you go and work out, or say you have a big presentation, you know, just put on some Beyonce or something. It's gonna make you feel way better, okay? It's okay to move and not like where you're at. It's okay to move and not like the people. It's okay to move and have culture shock. It's okay to move and not be okay. It's okay to feel those things. Don't think because you moved, or like, you had to make friends, or you have to be happy. Like, it's okay. Feel what you're gonna feel, and it's okay to have feelings and stuff like that. So like, if you need to cry, just cry. You know, if you need to punch something, just punch something. Just don't hurt yourself. But if you, like, whatever you need to do, just do it. And it's okay to not be okay. Don't think that you have to be happy all the time. Don't think that you're going to be sad forever, because you're not. It's just temporary. Like, imagine when you move and you go to school or wherever you're going, like, it's only for 8 hours a day. Then you have weekends off, and then you're done within 9 months. You know, and that was just something that I had to learn. And, like, senior year, that was something that I, like, learned. So, I was like, hey... Not even, because senior year, we got to be let out early, so it was like, I won't even be here for 9 months, I'm going to be here for like 7.5, so. Moving is not like the movie, shit, it's real. Like, I was sitting here watching like High School Musical, thinking like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be like Gabriella, and I'm going to get me a man and like that. No, okay? Don't think that it's going to be like the movies, because it's not. Even if you're watching a movie where the situation was bad, like, it's not going to be, like, everyone takes stuff differently, so don't think that it's going to be bad, because it's not, okay? It will be okay. I promise you guys it will be okay. The only thing I had to say was, don't go looking up. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Don't do it to yourself. I gotta make sure I'm not running late for class. Okay, I'm not. Don't do it to yourself. I looked up, I'm gonna keep it 100, okay? It is what it is. I looked up moving stories, and I just saw white girls with YouTube videos. I'm gonna keep it real. They did not help me. Just made it seem like it was gonna be all dandelions and shit, and I was gonna go there, and it was gonna be hard at first, but eventually you'll make friends, and eventually people will talk to you. No. People have no obligation to come and talk to the new person. People have no contract to go and talk to the new person. It's like, life is not like that. No one has a contract to go talk to people. And I wish so, like, no one has an obligation to talk to you just because you're the new kid. And that's what they made it seem like on YouTube. For me, what I learned from moving was that it's okay to be alone. Like I said, at my old school, I had a clique around me. You know, I was always with somebody. If I wanted to go somewhere, there was always somebody that was like, okay, I'll go with you. You know what I mean? And it was just always someone with me, around me. But when I moved to Maryland and everything like that, like, that's, like, changed. There was no one with me. And also, there was no cute boys. Like, I was so disappointed. There was no cute boys. And I was like, okay, to come home and be a homebody. That's what I learned. It's okay to be alone, and it's okay to not care about what people had to say about you, because that was another thing. I was like I had, like, social anxiety, so it was like, what if people judge me? What if people bully me? What if I say the wrong thing in class? What if I fail a class? What if I do this? It was always, like, these what ifs, and you just kind of had to push those out of your mind and just go day by day, kind of, sort of. And for me, it was like, I'm not going to make it out of here alive. Like, I'd rather be dead than wait until June and leave. So, but, yeah. So, also, too, I forgot to say, the hobby. So, like, for me, I know how to play Madden and 2K. What's good? I'm wifey material, you know. That's not what I was saying was my hobby. My hobby was that I went to my uncle's house, and I have 3 cousins. One is 13 now, one is 12, and this one is 14. How old is he? Anyways, I had 3 cousins. One's a little baby. She's like 5. And then there's 2 other teenagers. So at the time, obviously this was like 2-3 years ago. So we were all kind of young. And like, I was able to go over there every weekend and kind of just really stressed. I was there all the time. Every weekend I was there from September. And like, I just was able to get close to them. And, like, even though school was bad, it was like, okay, I can go to my uncle's house, play Madden with my cousin, 2K with my cousin, dance with my other cousin, watch TV with them, watch movies with them. We would go out to the movie theater. I turned 16, so I went home, and they surprised me with a pizza party. And it was kind of like, okay. That anxiety from school kind of transferred to Connecticut with me. Like, I always been shy, even in Connecticut, and nervous and stuff like that, but never like I was when I moved. So when I would, like, come home, I would be nervous talking to my family and my other friends, and then I would go home and even get more depressed because it was like, I just came home. excuse me. But it was like, fuck, I just came from having the best time of my life and I had to go back to this school where I had no friends, and that just kind of made me more depressed. And like, with that being said, like, it made me more nervous around my friends. Like I said, moving is not like this for everybody. You're moving, you could have you could be living your best life when you move and go to school or work or wherever. You know what I mean? But just take a lot to learn and grow and be open-minded, and don't be afraid to ask questions to people. Don't be afraid to ask people, you know, hey, do you know where this class is? Hey, do you know where this is if you're moving and you gotta go to work or something? Hey, do you know where this is? Hey, do you know where that is? And don't be afraid to ask teachers stuff. And like, I don't know. And I was like so depressed. Like, I would sleep in class all the time. I failed a class like third semester of junior year. I failed a class. I was just on my iPad a lot up till 3 crying every morning, and you know, and like, as a teenager, that's no way to live. And also too, I wasn't taking care of myself. Like, I would go to school and my edges would not be laid, my hair would not be done, I wouldn't wash my hair for 2 weeks at a time. I would literally, you could ask anyone in my family, I would literally roll out of bed, brush my teeth, and go to school. That was it. Like, I slept, sometimes I was sleeping in clothes that I was gonna wake up in. Some days I would get dressed up if I felt like it, but most of the time, like, I didn't care. And like, I have pictures of me that I'll probably put in here where I look so lost and I look so hopeless and I look so empty, and it's like, what was I doing? I even cut my hair. Like, this is how long it is now, and it used to be longer than this. Like, it used to be really long, and I cut that shit to like right here. So when it was curly, it was like up here. My hair. And so I wasn't taking care of myself at all. And like, we would go to the mall and I just wouldn't care. Like, no one's gonna bully you. I think bullying is illegal. Is it illegal? I don't know, but I say take them to court, okay? Go get your money, sis. So, you know, just don't think that people are gonna bully you, because they're not. And some people, like, and like I was saying, like, I was losing weight. I was ugly, and I was like, I'm not gonna make any friends because the bitch is ugly. But if you ask your friends why they are your friends, they're not, well, your real friends, they're not gonna say it's because you're pretty or because you're ugly or whatever. They're gonna say because you're smart, because you're caring, because you're loving. And that was something that I had to learn, because I thought, like, people only like you for your looks. Scars, discoloration, like, everyone has that. So don't think that you're ugly. And I mean, I guess I was ugly. I was damn near crying every day. Like, I would go to school and my eyes would be like so puffy. Like, when you wake up in the morning, like, they would be like that all day. And then I couldn't look at myself in the mirror. Like, it was like, I seen that person in me. Like, I seen that lost girl. I seen the girl that wasn't herself. And when I looked in the mirror at myself crying, like, I didn't want to see that. So I, like, pretty much stopped looking at myself in the mirror. And I think I even told my therapist that, and I was like, if you ask me how do I look or how do I perceive myself, I couldn't give you an answer, because I did not look at myself in the mirror at all. That is it. I hope this helped y'all. Maybe I was babbling, maybe I wasn't, but I hope this helped y'all. If y'all are moving and y'all are transitioning, just remember, you're gonna be okay. And even if someone does bully you, just let me know. I'll hop on the plane. Don't be scared. I mean, be scared, because when you're scared and you're anxious, that's kind of like your brain just like checking every corner and is making sure you're safe. So do let yourself feel those feelings, but like, you're gonna be okay. Trust me, you're gonna be okay. And look at me now. LOL, there's no change. Don't be obligated to think that you gotta talk to people. Like, I'm here to tell you it's okay. It's okay to be alone, and it's okay to be sad, and it's okay to not have friends. Like, friends, at the end of the day, friends is not getting you to that bag. I mean, unless they are, but like, you don't need friends. You just don't. And you're gonna look back and be like, damn, all those people in high school were immature. Look at them now. So, thank you for watching.